So, The Wind Rises, which is Hayao Miyazaki's last film, at least we assume it is. It's being billed as his final film. He said he's retiring from features, although, as many people have pointed out, he did say that before. Some years ago, he said he wasn't making features anymore, and then he did. And in fact, there was an interview just recently in which somebody who's worked with him, one of his producers, said, I wouldn't be absolutely certain that he's not going to go back and do it. Anyway, it's a gorgeous dream of flying. It's a fictional story. It's described as wholly fictional, but inspired by the life of Jiro Horikoshi and the writings of Tatsuro Hori. And so the central protagonist, Jiro, who is based on this aeronautical engineer who was involved in aeroplane design and the Zero plane, famously. As a boy, he meets Gianni Caproni, who's the Italian aircraft designer, in his dreams. Here's a clip from very early on. I should say that when I saw the film, I saw it in the original Japanese dialogue. This is obviously a clip from the dubbed version. The film is available in both.
Mr. Caproni, may I ask you a question? I know I can't be a pilot because of my eyesight. If I'm not a pilot, can I still design airplanes?
Japanese boy, I've been around planes all my life. You know how many I've flown? None! Not a one! Many can fly airplanes, but I design them. I create airplanes, and so can you. An aeronautical engineer!
Yes!
But remember this, Japanese boy. Airplanes are not tools for war. They're not for making money. Airplanes are beautiful dreams. Engineers turn dreams into reality.
Yes.
Arrivederci! We'll meet again!
I think you get a sense from that clip of just how vibrant and joyous some of it is. It's worth saying that this is a more grown-up film than many of Miyazaki's works. I mean, certainly if you look at Ponyo, it's the other end. I mean, Ponyo, I suppose, is the one that's the most child friendly, and this is something of a departure in that it is a much more grown-up film. It's on the one hand got this dream of flying and airplanes as a metaphor for imagination and ambition. But it's also set against a very tumultuous period of history. There is earthquakes, there is poverty, there is tuberculosis, there is death and loss. It is the story of somebody who is wedded to a particular dream, and Miyazaki himself said that to strive for something too beautiful can be ruinous. And it's a very, very interesting film. It's done with the usual, hand-drawn attention to detail. The palette is wonderful, particularly in the dream sequences, very, very vibrant. Covers some controversial ground. There was some controversy when it came out about whether or not it's whitewashing the idea of these plane designs then being used for war. Although I think the film doesn't. It's not that it sidesteps them. It's that what it does is it kind of abstracts them. There is a discussion at one point about, would you rather have a world with pyramids or a world without? Well, frankly, I'd like the world with pyramids. And it's bittersweet and at times absolutely heartbreaking. And the animation, as with all the Miyazaki's, is a work of art. As I said, it plays more grown up than some of his other films. There are very, very strong autobiographical elements. You can perhaps read it as a statement of somebody who has devoted their life singularly to a single vision, and is looking at that, not through rose-tinted glasses at all, but with a kind of awareness of what that singular vision means. And it's profound and deep, but also has moments of, a real sort of light touch. I don't think it's his best work, but I think it's, as with all the Miyazakis, I think it's a really, really fine piece of work. And if you like Spirited Away and like Howl's Moving Castle, I mean, people will go and see it anyway, because there was a question the other day, somebody was saying, in cinema nowadays, the only people who have star names are actors. And somebody said, well, no, what about directors? And there's a very, very few directors whose names are top billing. So you'd say, for example, Steven Spielberg, Alfred Hitchcock from the past. And I think nowadays, Miyazaki, that's it. That brand name is enough. You know what you're going to get. But it's a very, very fine and kind of poignant and heartbreaking piece of work that raises lots of interesting philosophical questions.